Welcome back to Ride JBI. This is JB. Today we're looking at these 2023 Kawasaki KX450 Showa forks that I purchased for our JBI suspension, continuous development of settings. These forks are going to be built up into our in-house Ride JBI testing and R&D forks. And again, customers will also be able to demo these forks as well. So these are the forks, brand new. We got them off eBay. The bike was never ridden. I guess it was just torn down and parted out. So we souped up the forks. I already have one complete shock for the Kawasaki, and that has a 18mm shock shaft that I developed and designed for it. That's been in development for the past probably 6 to 7 months now. I built one motocross shock, and there's been a rider named Chase Kenzel. He's been riding on his Kawasaki for the past, again, about 6 months. And then I built up a FMX shock with another 18mm shock shaft we have specifically for that Showa shock. And that went onto a FMX bike for a guy named Bo Dirt. He's got a really cool riding compound down in Southern California at the Viejas Reservation. And he's been doing our stress testing for the shock. Again, we wouldn't suspect any failures or anything to happen because it is a bigger shock shaft made out of really strong steel material. But it's always good to test your products before just putting them out on the market and to get long-term testing on them. So far, those two items are going great. And it was now time for me to start sourcing forks. So these are what the forks look like right now. They're bone stock. We've done nothing to them. If you know me, you know we're gonna change the color of these lugs. So they aren't gonna be staying silver for too long. Why? I just think it's a fun thing to do. Why not? It doesn't cost that much to get them Cerakoted. I'm unsure if we're gonna keep the black lower tubes. They're already there, they're black, so I dig them, but part of me wants to do chameleon coat on this, but I feel like it's just kind of a waste of money, being that these tubes are already coated. So probably not gonna do that, but for the upper tubes, we are going to get them anodized. And I think we're gonna do our Fukushima brown color, or I may even do real Kashima, depending on what the kind of lead time and availability is on it right now. But preferably I want real Kashima. I just love the wear of it. It works really well, and I love the look of it. But I may do a different color. Probably not black. I don't want all black out fork. I've just done a lot of those. They're cool, but I want something that stands out. So we may do Kashima, or may do it a slightly different toned bronze or something like that. The upper caps we're gonna keep green. They're a cool green already. So in terms of the aesthetic, we're definitely gonna change that a little bit. Most importantly, what's happening on the inside of these forks, that is going to be the JBI Pro Fork kit will be installed inside of these. Details on that can be found at ridejbi.com. What that kit is a complete hardware upgrade kit of these forks. We focus on certain components of this fork and swap them out with our JBI components. Exact details of these parts can be found at ridejbi.com. One of those is the sub valve. Another one is our mid valve configuration and our volume spacers. So we're gonna get one of those kits installed in these forks. We're gonna put in our latest spec. I actually have I have an idea for a new test spec, so I'm actually gonna put that spec inside of these forks. And then we have the JBI Pro Perch 3 getting near completion in terms of production. So we're gonna install one of those JBI Pro Perches 3 inside of this forks too. But no details have really been released on that. That's something I've been secretly and slowly been working on since 2018. And now 5 years later, we are almost done with the JBI Pro Perch 3, and I'm pretty excited. These forks will be utilized a lot for the kind of debut the product and just more, again, continued testing. So here's what the forks look like right now. I should be getting the shock back this week or maybe next week. I can show you guys what the shock looks like that this will be paired with. So I'll keep you guys in the loop as we do this new JBI suspension, Kawasaki KX450 Showa R&D fork build. All JBI suspension services and parts can be found at ridejbi.com.